Right. Welcome, vicarious mercenaries, proxy ninjas, and pop culture PhDs to, extra late night edition of The Rec Room. So, thank you for your patience, if any of you out there waiting for us to go live. It's all my fault. Um, After things have become such a force of habit, I'm used to having everything ready to go. It's all keyed up, and all I gotta do is turn on a few things. But silly me was not thinking about the fact I still had to copy files over for the new game we're working on tonight. So, usually on our official outing, I'd have a little bit more time, but I was getting right off the hamster wheel and getting ready to set things all up, and I'm like, oh, not good. I didn't even have the official loading track picked out, so I just went with something, and I guess we'll probably stick with that one for the time being till I find one in my music folders to have something better to run with. But anyway, thanks for your patience, and we're gonna get the show on the road. So, what is going on tonight? Well, since it's been a busy last couple weeks, it is time to fire up a new game. And by new, I mean old. And by old, I mean something that kind of went under the radar and wasn't even a super popular one because basically it was kind of forgotten and it had a weird series of release circumstances, which I'll get to in a second. So if you are new to the Rec Room, well, this is the vanilla casual console experience. We focus on games that involve strategy, stealth, sandboxes, most importantly, shenanigans, but don't tell anybody. Sometimes we might deviate for shooters, stories, and simulations. So the game we're working on tonight, Black, falls into the shooter category. So maybe we can chalk it up to being some strategy stuff. And technically, Mech Warrior is also in the simulation department, but kind of more of a strategy when we're playing that one. So, all right. So what is this thing we're talking about? This here, Black, is a game for the end game. I said that wrong. A game for the original Xbox and PlayStation 2. Now, I don't remember it for PS2, I guess, but it makes sense that it would have come out at the same time because the reason why it had such a weird release was on account of the Xbox 360 came out in November of 2005. So the game came out for the predecessor about 6 months later. So if everybody was already moving on to the new system, who's going to want to hang on to their old console? Because so many people would get rid of them and move on to the next thing. And there's also an era in which backwards compatibility was not even a full thing. I mean, they're just starting to get used to that. Um, so shooters were already on the rise. Halo had already cemented itself. Call of Duty was really starting to ramp up. I mean, when the 360 released, there was only Call of Duty 2, but you were already neck deep in shooters, making their way to the top of the charts in the console world. So it's understandable that, the 360 having the launch that it did, people weren't probably sticking around on the original Xbox all that much. So one of the good things is that I think it did get a backwards compatibility release within, a short period of time. And I'm sure the developers were pressing Microsoft for that because it wouldn't have done any good for them to sell the game and not have anybody able to play it. So at least it is backwards compatible, and we are going to be playing on the 360 tonight as long as there's not any issue. That was one of the other things I was kind of concerned about tonight. I didn't even fire everything up and see if I would need the backwards compatibility patch update or if I was going to need to change my layouts here back to the standard def. But as of right now, it looks like things are okay. Should be in the proper resolution because I know in the past I've gone backwards a little bit to do the standard def. I mean, I guess even some of the 360 is still technically considered standard def. To make sure the ratio is correct and everything. So, if you'll humor me for a few minutes, I'm going to digress and, well, not really digress. It is related, so I guess I'm not technically digressing. I'm going to cover some of the stuff because usually, anytime we fire up a new game, I try to give a little bit of backstory, what my personal attachment to it is, maybe what was going on in the industry, or whether I was attached to any of my job related stuff that was connected to game development. Because I did work in retail for a while, and based on the time when this came out, it may have been in a window where I was either working for this retailer or not. I can't remember. I know I was working for this retailer in 2005, but at some point I was just getting started in my tech career as well. So it may have been a point where I may have just left. I don't remember without really digging into figuring out when the release date was or what I was doing. So this game I thought was going to have promise because at the time EA was already setting itself up. It was cementing its reputation as the continual poop stain on the video game industry. It was already notorious for its content churn, especially in the sports arena. So it didn't take long to realize that, like, hey, every single year, another sports title, another sports title, another sports title. You could find Madden 2005 in the bargain bin for like 75 cents because everybody would get their sports games and turn them in. And any other games in the EA wheelhouse were not all that awesome. So it, for me, reputation was not super strong. But at one point, I did discover, and we did play this game for our charity event end of last year. Burnout 3 Takedown was one of the only games under the EA umbrella that I thought was pretty good. So I think the credit felt like it was more on the developer side than EA as a publisher. So when this game got announced, seeing that Criterion Games was going to be the developer on this, I'm like, okay, maybe we'll check this one out. And especially since I was already getting heavy into shooters. I mean, the Xbox era was on it when I finally got out of fighting games for the most part and got more into shooters because fighting games really kind of dwindled during that period of time. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take a shooter, especially if it's one based on awesome movie scenes, because this game was really promoted that it was taking inspiration from a lot of iconic action scenes within movies. I mean, I don't even know what the era was, maybe 80s, 90s onward. And that was enough of a selling point for me to check it out. Now, unfortunately, because of the release and everything, it didn't really make a lot of waves. There's also some other oddities about it. That the name Black seems a little weird because why wouldn't you go with the name Gun? Well, there's a logical reason for that. That would be because the Goofy Western game, which I've never heard anybody talk about since, called Gun, already existed both on the Xbox 360 and on the Xbox. So the name was kind of taken, especially in that release window. Now you might be able to get away with it, but I mean, I don't know how the licensing stuff works. So they had to go with Black. And one of the things I went back and tried to look up was like, was there a reason for that? Now, I don't know if my memory is failing me, I thought there was a developer or one of the individuals who came up with the concept, his last name may have been Black. That was my recollection as why they went with that, but I don't know. The game also artistically has a very desaturated palette, and also, as you can tell from this intro here, a lot of black and gold. So there is those artistic reasons why you may have gone with that name, but I'm not fully sure. So I did go look up a couple things on the wiki, just try to jog my memory, see if I could run that fact down, but I was not able to find it. So we'll be stuck with that lacking piece of information for the time being. But yeah, the Gun was taken. That's why they couldn't go with that. And even when they were marketing this game, they were referring to it as gun porn. So they wanted the emphasis to be on the guns themselves. And obviously, again, in this intro, you're seeing that they're putting all these cool lens flares and bloom and everything's on the gun. So I can say from experience, having not played this game in 18 years, I can't remember a single thing about the story. So it's pretty forgettable. I mean, again, the whole point was to be about the action scenes themselves and the guns. And it's kind of funny. I saw a note on the wiki that kind of reinforced this. They said the story was almost like a tack on or after the fact. So I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense because I mean the story is not there, but we're getting back into this for its artistic stuff, and just because it was kind of a gem, and I don't know if I could even call this a sleeper hit because it just kind of came and went, and there was nothing to be done with it afterwards. Criterion is what it is inside the EA umbrella, and I don't even know if they exist anymore. Also, since we're going to be firing up Mercenaries 2 on Sunday, um, I'll have more to say about EA because that game followed this one by a couple years, and there was a very, very brief moment in time where it almost seemed like EA was going to right the ship, but it didn't. And I'll have more to say about the developer from that pandemic and a couple other things later. But for the time being, I'm only going to say what I know about Criterion and where EA was when this released, or at least from what I recall. But I'm trying to think if there's much else. I have a script here. I'm kind of going all over the place. One of the other things they did when they marketed this game was talking about which scenes they drew inspiration from. Now, there's probably a few more that I'll remember, but strangely, the only three that I recall at this point in time, because it's been so long, is one of them was the Matrix lobby toward the end of the movie. That there's an inspiration from that somewhere in here. One of the other ones was from the movie The Rock, and I believe that was what, mid '90s, with Nick Cage and Sean Connery. And the scene in that one was when the, I'll say Navy SEALs, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but the Navy SEALs were trying to get into Alcatraz, and of course they're coming up through the sewer system, and the military mercs, I guess as you would call them, that had taken over Alcatraz had the high ground, and you had this scene which was just kind of visceral of the poor strategic positioning, and you had all the tiles and everything just, going in every direction. So I think one of the scenes they used was based on that, and the only other one I can remember was from the movie Enemy at the Gates. And unfortunately, I couldn't remember the actor that was in it because I'm always confusing him with another one, which may not come as a surprise. But that was with Jude Law and Ed Harris as well. And interestingly enough, Ed Harris was also in The Rock. But Enemy at the Gates was the World War II shooter, and I've only seen that once or twice compared to the dozens of times I've seen some other movies, especially like The Matrix. But I believe the scene was like where he was running and all these trip mines were going off. So I think something relative to that scene is somewhere in this game as well. But we're gonna trip down memory lane anyway, and some might come to mind. And because I think when they mentioned most of these scenes, I recognized most of them. There was very few that I don't recall. So at least having forgotten most of this, as happens with a lot of the games we do here on the Rec Room, I get to remember things almost as if it's a partially new experience. So that way you guys can kind of take the journey along with me. Um, so I mentioned the story was pretty forgettable. As far as collectibles go, there's not much in this game either. I think there's briefcases, but really, this is in the era before achievements. Really, getting all the collectibles did next to nothing. I don't know if there was any kind of unlock for a new gun. I guess we'll find out when we get to it. The game had no multiplayer, no co-op, and one of the things I kind of forgot, back in the day, the Xbox games used to put these little criteria on here as far as what the game had. It says players, one, no system link, and no multiplayer. It also says 480p. So as I flip this over, I'm kind of like, oh, it's a bummer, because I know some games on the Xbox, and there wasn't necessarily a lot of them, but some of them did make it up to 720p. The only one I can remember was Soul Calibur 2. So it is unfortunate that this game, for its artistic style, did not get the 720p treatment, which is kind of a bit of a setback. And also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off like the bullet points, because really all they did for the marketing was they basically took 4 pictures, put this giant text that says "all guns blazing" in the middle of it, and then it says, as a black operative, you'll obey no laws, know no borders, kill without mercy, and live by the 5 rules of guncraft. It's almost like taking a page out of, what was that movie? Equilibrium? Equilibrium? How do you say that? And then the rules, it says, guns are the stars, every bullet is your baby, bigger guns, louder explosions, leave a trail of destruction, and get creative with your kills. So, for the most part, that kind of fits into the Rec Room motif we got going on. And one last note. So this is a mature title, and even though I said the story was forgettable, strangely, I do remember a couple places where it's like the strong language just seems so unnecessary. So I know most of our audience, I'm sure, is in the adult category, but at the same time, it's because the game had so little story, it was just kind of like absolutely pointless, some of the dialogue. So we'll get some of that as we go, but I think that's all the major content I can think of. Before I do that, though, I am kind of forgetting a couple basic housekeeping things. If you're not familiar with our schedule, we are normally on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I did mention Mercenaries 2, so we're going to be firing up Mercenaries also for first episode on Sunday. But normally, like in this time block, we are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern also, of course. And then Tuesdays, we've switched over to Mech Warrior 5, which was normally in this time. So for the time being, Thursdays will be Black, and Tuesdays will be Mech Warrior 5. And also, we are, just to mention platforms for a second, something kind of cool happened this week. We are on Odysee, Pilled, Twitch, and YouTube. And one of the things I noticed is Pilled has had a major interface update. So if you were watching us from any of the others and you haven't checked Pilled out, it's even better time to do so, because it looks like the team has worked pretty hard on getting some very necessary quality of life changes. I don't know how things have been all moved around yet. I'm not quite used to it, but it's a huge change for the better. So definitely head on over to Pill, check that out if you're looking for another stream platform, because it's nice that they got the whole free speech thing going on. Definitely a lot more free form than some of the others, and that's why we like supporting them. So also, one other thought about Odysee. So it's kind of been interesting last couple weeks that things really got busy on there from the holidays, and it's been nigh impossible to try to get back up in the trending section. And marginally now we can almost get back up into the trending section, but then everybody else posts their videos again. Like within a matter of hours, we're kind of back into the boonies and the backwater trying to get the videos where they're noticeable, and that's tough to do. So I know viewership's kind of all over the place, and we kind of been at a plateau lately, so I'm just hoping maybe with summer changes gonna mix things up. Maybe we'll draw in some new people, but we're sticking with it. We got plenty of content to work on, and as if last week was any indication, it's like been pretty busy with the amount of things we've been doing. So all right, I think we're about good. I think it's time for me to get moving. I know there's a lot to cover, especially this being a new game, so thanks for bearing with me. But let's get the show on the road. Again, for real, this time. And I didn't want to blast your ears with all the shooting going on here. It's kind of cool. I've mentioned before how sound effects stick in my brain. I do remember that the sound effects were absolutely awesome in here. They definitely did want to go for a bit of realism. Cosmic Richie, what is going on that Pilt side? How are you? Hollywood Studio Symphony Orchestra. I did see that Michael Giacchino was one of the composers. So I think he did Lost and also one of the modern Star Trek movies. I didn't recognize the other name, though. This is quite the opening. No wonder they took Hollywood inspiration here. Almost like too much. Not to mention it's a black screen. Need a little bit more. I think those are the voice actors. Nothing like taking some pseudo news clips as your intro. This game does definitely fit within our Pilled community. Even though it's fictitious rather than actual. There we go. All that to get to the main menu. Alright, let's check options here, make sure there's nothing inverted or anything goofy here. I don't think it would be, but given toggle crouch, yeah, invert off, vibration, yeah, don't care. Okay. And I think we're good. I don't know if anybody was getting any feedback off the start, but I did notice that something was a little off on kind of the sound effects. So we may be rolling without the soundboard tonight, not a problem. We will make do. things could have gone a lot worse with other things I had going on late tonight. All right, I'm going to gripe here about this for a second. This is something over the years I've just eventually reached the point of, why on earth do games need 4 difficulties? You really only play for 2 reasons. 1, because you want the story and the experience, or 2, you want a challenge. You don't need 4 different modes. So, I did used to give a friend a hard time. I think it was back on Halo and other stuff. You play easy. I mean, by default, the gamer should be playing on normal. But really... why would you need a noob sauce mode? You could just essentially tone down your normal, and then you get a challenge. But no, we also have this Black Ops mode. Like, so why do you need a challenge that's more of a challenge? So even if you make an extra hard difficulty, like, more challenging than would be sane, I mean, make it comical like Halo does with its skulls or something, but, yeah, that's, I don't know. Sorry, pet peeve, soapbox, we don't need 4 difficulties. I forgot about this.
Keller J, Sergeant First Class, serial number 7178412. Iran, Guatemala, Colombia, Croatia. Very impressive.
I know what you're trying to do, sir. It ain't gonna work.
No, Sergeant Keller, you don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm here to clean up this mess. If you cooperate. If I walk out that door, everything you did will be declassified. You will be convicted, you will be discharged, you will spend the rest of your life in prison. Very well, Sergeant. Have it your way.
Wait. What do you want me to do?
Start talking.
Tell me everything you know about 7th Wave.
Weapons dealers. Heavy hitters dealing mostly in high-spec, former Eastern Bloc hardware. Clients began to include terror cells. 7th Wave was escalated to priority status after they took out 9 agency spooks. Coordinated executions. Division wanted 7th Wave taken out with extreme prejudice. Intel zeroed in on 3 possible targets. Valencia was the boss. Reuben and Yevtushenko were the muscle. 3 teams were tasked with Overwatch until it was time to take them out. I had one of those teams. Intel suspected the Brits, Chinese, and Israelis had teams in the area. Everyone was after these guys.
Who was the 4th man?
Gun for hire. Didn't think much of him at the time.
What went wrong?
Everything.
We got made.
So it's kind of interesting. I mean, video games haven't had FMVs and stuff for years, so they want to make it fit into the video game aspect. So obviously it's very twitchy with all the overlays and stuff, but there's clearly some live action shots there.
I have multiple casualties. Request priority medevac on my location. 5-1, this is 3-1. I'm on the other side of the block. I'm coming to you now.
Here we go. Health bar, bullets, grenades. Find the shotgun. That thing. So thankfully the good thing is the game has very minimal interface. So again, they've tried to put the emphasis on the guns. Okay, so we might be headed down that way. Probably gonna follow. Halo really kind of set the standard for controls back in the era. So yep, X to pick up. Melee, B. Alright. Gonna shoot the door down. Yep. Alright. Crouch. Okay.
5-1, 5-1, this is Hammerhead 6-2. TOC advises troops barricaded to the north. We are circling around you to find an alternate route, over.
See, unfortunately...
Copy that, 6-2.
Oh boy. Even with updating textures and stuff, you know, it won't change much for your models, which are, unfortunately, in this era, we're still pretty limited. Ooh. So there's also the... So it's either the AK or the pistol. I think I'm gonna go... guess we'll go AK shotgun. Did we drop the pistol? We did. Okay. Anything in here? Grenades. Okay. Crouch. Interesting, that gives you the crouching icon. Yeah, I'm being a little cautious here as I'm trying to reorient myself here. Oh, thank you. Very Call of Duty. I need the red. Oh, that's a hostile. It's not a friendly.
Hammerhead 6-2. This is 2-5. We're pinned down. I have multiple casualties. Request priority medevac on my location.
Again, your last we did not.
Reload. No. Alright. I don't know if we got multiple paths or not. I can't remember quite how the layout is here. Oh, A is reload. Okay. So that was another neat little thing they did there. Your vision changes the focus. Every time you reload, it's on the gun rather than seeing what's going on in the environment. Excessive little backflip there. Okay, good. Ammo's auto pickup. That's helpful. I thought one of these buildings had this massive face that you shoot. I think, but there's also a Mac 911 and or Mac. Something like Mac 9, Mac 11, whichever. If that's a hostile, I'm shooting him. That might have been a friendly. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay, the health pack there just automatically refilled. Yeah, I probably shot a friendly there.
This is 2-5. I say again. We're pinned down. We're pinned down. I have multiple casualties. Request priority medevac on my location.
Oh, you know what?
You guys have 5 minutes.
One of the inspirations might be Black Hawk Down. I can't remember.
Hammerhead 6-2. This is
Those are
Alpha
friendlies.
2-9.
Okay.
We have eyes on 2-5. DZ receiving heavy fire. Multiple hostiles inbound from 5-1's location. Request AC-130 gunship support.
Negative 2-9. QRF is en route to reinforced. Rally on their position and do what you can.
Let's get on top of it.
That's satisfying. Missed, or didn't do enough damage. Alright. See what the nice pretty gun is that's in your face.
Get me some fucking covering fire. Wait up.
I've always had an appreciation for this best build. Jurassic Park 1.
Heads up. Enemy moving out of the museum. I'm going in.
Set him up, knock him down. Do I have a grenade? Oh, that's a bad throw. Got him, though. Concussion blast. Alright. Can't be the gun.
This is Anvil 7-1. Package has roped in. We are standing by in holding pattern. Over.
Copy that, Anvil 7-1. Provide overwatch for Echo 5-1. They are moving to Rally Point Zebra. Over.
Copy that. On station.
Oh, what's that?
They're coming in through the wall.
Alright, so it did say something about 8 objectives. There's 2. Okay, so it's a little more than I thought. I thought there was only like 1 per level, so maybe there's a few more. If you if you notice, look how bare bones this level is. I mean, it's the gun's fancy and all that, but it's not like the scenario is very complex. Oh, let's just go out that way? Oh. I thought we still had more stuff to do up here. Hold on. can tell a lot of this level stuff is very low poly.
RPG in the tower, 12 o'clock.
Oh boy. RPG, don't want to stand around. Right. Ah! Stop that. Ooh. Yeah, thanks. How do I use that health pack? There we go. It's interesting, they made the animation for the health pack almost like reloading as well. Alright, I gotta stop that. That's getting annoying. I'm checking for intel here. There we go. There's a small one. Yeah, let's get these small ones. Alright, I'm gonna go to that side of the street. Move it.
Take out the reinforcements.
Working on it. SMG, okay.
They're moving up on the flank. Get over there.
Why is there a random computer here with a red screen? That's weird. Ouch. Apparently they need more convincing. Wow, this guy has no arm. Is that friendly? What friendlies? Why are you over here? Pick up this RPG. Yes. Yes. I was expecting that to blow up the whole building face. A little low on health. That was not as dramatic as I had expected.
Hammerhead 6-2, this is Echo 5-1. Package has escaped the net. I say again, package has escaped the net. Do any helos have a visual? Over.
Stand by, 5-1. 5-1, that is a negative. Do not pursue the package. Hold your position and secure the location. You copy?
Where did that come from?
Be advised, target times 2 still in the perimeter. Target 4 is just entered the building west of Bravo team.
Here, let's try that. Destroyed schematics of experimental aircraft. Okay. So if there's experiments that are schematics can be destroyed, does that work with this little computer here? Ouch. Yep. Papoose Lake. Alright, I got something for you guys. You stay there. Little low on health. Let's see if we can find a health pack before I have to use one. I don't even know if there's checkpoints or not. Go through here. Nope. Good old back in the day when there is such a thing as invisible collision. Like, I could walk through there. Oh, no, you can't. You cannot throw. Like, my goodness, that's terrible. Oops. Sorry, friendly. It's weird. The animation is weird because his arm extends and the grenade just, like, drops right to the ground.
Bravo here. I'm going in.
Negative. Hold your position, Bravo.
Right in the knee.
Moving to
Right in the
intercept.
crotch.
You will hold
And
your
the knee.
position, Bravo.
Yeah, we'll stick with a shot.
I can't wait here. I'm moving out.
Oh, there's something. Health pack or something else. Yeah, we'll take that. At least with a game this sparse, it should be pretty easy to find the pickups. And as far as I know, there's no run button, so... if A is reload, was... Oh, the X button's just for switching stuff, and of course melee, so... Yeah, pretty bare bones. Oh, sweet! In case on the New York subway plans. Why not? Is that it? That can't be it. Oh, I missed a blackmail. And a recon. And an armament. Wow, that's not a real long thing, so how did I miss all those? I was still trying to be pretty thorough there. Oh, and it says exactly how many enemies there are. So 82. Got all of them. But still missed all the objectives. That's wild. So that's one level, and you know, if I had to guess, I'd say somewhere between 8 to 12 levels, so this is not a long game. Yes, we'll save the profile. It's asking now after. No. Okay, yeah, we'll save to that. Wow, it's amazing. You get all the way through a level by the time it asks you to autosave. Well, I guess if you don't have any progress, it kind of makes sense, but... That's a lot of clicking. Why? As if it weren't bad enough that we had 4 difficulty levels, we can actually change it by mission. I think if you're actually going for collectibles or something, that kind of makes a little more sense.
You were specifically told to hold, but you didn't. Why?
Why?
Charlie team was down. I wasn't gonna let this guy get away. The hallway and the first floor were clear. I heard movement above. I made my way up. And that's when I saw him.
The 4th guy?
Yeah, the 4th guy.
The after-action report you filed states he got the drop on you. But he doesn't fire. Why?
He was American. Not Russian, not German, not Chechen. American.
Interesting. And how do you know that?
He spoke to me.
And what did this American say to you?
I can't remember. RPG hit the building. Everything's blank after that.
And your next assignment?
Doubleheader. Destroy a 7th wave weapons cache and stronghold at Nazran.
You were ordered to RV with a Lieutenant McCarver en route to the objective?
Yes. Would have been a breeze if the maps and the intel on the border crossing wasn't out of date. Only thing right about it was the farm.
We got one piece of intel correct. So complete all primary, complete 3 out of 12. So basically if you don't get a bare minimum, does it mean you gotta redo it? Oh, switch to single shot. What is that? Which weapons does that apply to? Ah, we got a Glock?
This is Bravo 3 radio check, over.
That looks explosive. See, this game might do it correctly, unlike what we found out in Alpha Protocol. Giant orange barrel, non-explosive. I mean, it's like, violates game archetypes. Yeah, I don't remember this level at all, so this is almost feels new. So, can I... That was a little bit dramatic for a pistol melee. Whoopsh! I can probably kill myself by shooting that, but I'm not going to. So I can't tell which path we're supposed to take here. It's not like this game is much more linear.
2-1, 2-1, do you copy, over?
Wrong.
2-1, do you read me, over? If you copy, I am proceeding to RV, out.
I got crouch still, okay.
Bravo 2-1, this is 3, do you copy, over?
I'll take your gun. Somehow I don't think stealth is an option here, so if I make noise, not sure what's going to happen. You know what? I'll do this for a minute. I know I may have had a couple playthroughs just to try to get the collectibles, but I still probably reached a point where I didn't get them all, and then never went back to the game after that. Got one. Got two. At least headshots work. I think that may have been a little generous on the hitbox. Take that. Okay, so they reset your stuff every time. We don't have our med packs carry over. What's that? No, pistol. Tough decision there. You know what? Yeah, we'll go smash the hole.
Two on this street. Do you copy?
Got a pretty big hole in that tree trunk. Somehow I think that was intended. You know, it's obviously not a very reactive environment, so they're like knowing, yeah, you're probably going to shoot this at some point. We're just going to pre-make this hole in the collision model for you. Kind of funny.
2-1, this is 3. Nothing heard. Proceeding to top out. Over.
I haven't seen us yet, so I guess... What was that? Discounts on skylights. Installations are free. Here, I have another one. And another. Oh, did he see us? Pretty accurate for the range. That's kind of good. Games are always so worried about balancing. Yeah, that's crazy. Pistols usually wouldn't be dropping enemies in one hit almost on any game imaginable. We need to clear the room a little. Alright, I haven't found any intel yet. Alright, well, is that other path? Being thorough, I mean, make sure that didn't go anywhere before we go down the creepy dark tunnel. Exactly a dead end. I don't know which way is the proper one. Head back toward the tunnel. You see nothing? Whoa. Peekaboo. Like I said, dramatic. Alright, so this is where I would anticipate the tunnel coming out if they're giving you multiple paths to the same objective. There's one. I missed. There's two. I missed grenades. Alright, if I could get 3 intel things, I'm not finding a whole lot. Alright, was this the room we started in? Yeah. There we go. shoot the feathers out of it and put a nice big decal on it, but that's about it. Oh, interesting. There's actually dropped a casing on the ground. It's about higher end for a game in this era. Most stuff has a decay timing on it. These guys. Where are you going? If his pathfinding is all the way to take the bridge, he's got a long way to go. So I think this will go around to the left there. Oh, this is probably just a cliff. Oh, he set the alarm off. I would figure. Look out, one scary man in the woods. There's 30 of us, sir. That doesn't matter. Was that a fence? Can we not get over the fence? Oh, so this is all for nothing. Unless that explosive. Yeah, let's try that. Don't tell me you're violating convention 2. There we go. I was gonna say, explosive barrels. Supposed to explode. Ruin the trend alpha protocol. What? Aw, man, me without the soundboard. I just had the perfect one for that. Ouch! Who did that? Well, there you are. See you. I'll hide behind this tree. Wow, terrible shooting. More terrible shooting. I've got armor. I'm impervious. Everywhere except the face. Now, pardon me while I pick the buckshot out of my sweater. Alright, still have not found any intel, so I don't know where they're hiding it. So I have found the border crossing. New objective, cross the border. Well, quite logical. So I think we were up on the cliff over there somewhere. Yeah, I can't picture what movie this would have been from. Ooh, go under the bridge. What's he doing? Oh, there are more than one. Come get me. Nope. Grenades and health pack. That might blow up. Here, take this. I can make it halfway there. That did nothing. Animation. He's like, he's walking, then immediately face plants. Well, at least you can break the railing. At least they thought that much through. Don't worry. If I get within 5 feet of you, I'm totally throwing a grenade at you. Gotcha. Would you drop a health pack for me? Hide it under the log. Oh. So, explosive truck. That makes me a little nervous. Let's create a hole in the wall. Okay. And the other guy's sucking dirt down. Oh, his body got cleared. Nope, no intel. Is there any intel on the shelf of dry goods? Eh? That's a lot of dudes. No, 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 leave the suppressor. Here, one of those. So this, something about this looks a little familiar, and not from a movie standpoint, just like I remember there being some buildings out the road, but nothing of great memory value. Oh, gee. You shoot me through the floor. Yeah, take that. Take that. No, no collision on death. Oh, what do you want? I'm gonna die. That's what you get for shooting me while I'm reloading. Come on out. Come on out to play. Oh, you must have thought I went the other way. Where'd you go? He's got a health pack. I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't speak Russian. Do I have to shoot it or open it? 1 out of 5. Domestic wet work in DC. Yeah. I don't know if we want to destroy that intel. Look at all those guys down there. Oh, and up there. Me without a sniper rifle. Can I zoom? Ooh. Uh-oh. Go too far. That's funny. Let's check the collision model here. Nope. Nope. One. That looks explosive. There you go. Come on, one of those got a headshot. Wow. He doesn't have much accuracy, but he's still tagging me. Alright, what do we got here? I need a run button. Here, have that. And I should get some health if I can find any. Open sesame. Nope. Don't tell me I can't walk in here. What kind of nonsense is this? Alright. See, there's something in there. How do I get that? Stop that. Shoot that truck. Maybe. If I feel like it. Alright. How do we get in here? Oh, you just need a strong enough weapon to shoot the door down because you have no ability to jump. Okay. See, one of these looks like intel. It is. How to make a dirty bomb. Well, you make a clean bomb, and you put some dirt on it. interesting that they backloaded all the intel in like these locations, unless there's some really hidden stuff that I missed. Where are you going? I see you hiding behind the dried oats. There's no covert footage of North Korean nuclear plants. See, look at this giant empty room. Didn't even fill it with any kind of objects. What's that? Shotgun shells. There's a health pack. So did both floors. Oh my goodness. So the game doesn't respawn all the bullet impacts. That's impressive. Every single one of them still there on the wall. Gotcha. Hide anything out here? Uh-oh. That's bad. Going inside. What's that? More a pistol. Grenades. 9 grenades, wow. I can now hold 9 that I can't throw very far. And shotgun rounds underneath the fire. Good place to store those. Give me the watchtower and then no ladder. Oh, there's the ladder. Oh. Can't climb up into it, though. Thank you. Ah, there we go. Little black box. LA airport security. Interesting. What's in here? What's this? The waterboarding room? What's going on here? I do, there's something I remember. I remember the contrails were pretty impressive for the RPGs. It does look pretty good for given the age of the game. Alright, that's gonna hurt. I don't want to use that to cover. I was gonna say, if you keep firing where I'm not, I will not argue with you. Across the canal, you say? Okay, so given that we could go on either side of those, of course they would probably put some kind of intel.
Top hat has been negotiated. Continuing to block house. Figures 2-0 until RV. Over.
There. Hold that. Where you going? Stop running around. Stay there. Okay, can I get down? Looks like it. What is that? The light, obviously, but looked a little out of place with the environment. I guess now it looks normal. Explosive box. No warning. Oh, he ain't dead. I didn't say you could use cover. I'm just now realizing, oh yeah, there's 2 other buttons. Do they do anything? Does not appear to be. Okay, so... He's about to take this suppressor off before. How did I do that? Oops, didn't want to do that. That's what I get for fiddling with the buttons. Floodlights. Hold on while I get my spy gear on. Get up there.
Continuing to blockhouse. Figures 2-0 until RV over. I say again. Figures 2-0 until RV blockhouse is fallen over. Nothing heard. Out. 2-1. This is 3RV now. Logstat, over. If you read me, stage 2 now in play. I am moving forward. Out.
Gotcha. Okay, so at least this level definitely providing more content, a couple different paths and stuff, compared to that first one, which is like over and done. So we could have taken the main road. What was that? Take a stroll down by the water. Glass. It's just so dramatic. There we go. Camp X-ray, huh? Yeah, so without the jump ability, they use the terrain to block your path in.
Blockhouse now. Checking the yard. Over.
So we gotta cross the canal, so I'm guessing probably gotta head down there, or cross there somehow. Of course, all the woods and stuff are places I missed. Ah, good. They included footsteps. I'd be a little disappointed otherwise. Okay. Alright, nothing there. Son, you were wearing a helmet even. Uh-oh.
This is 3. I have heavy forces defending blockhouse. Over. I say again, I have heavy forces defending blockhouse. Proceeding to objective will advise shortly. Out.
So went all the way around, only to find opposition. Alright. Backpedaling a bit, see if there's anything else of interest here. See, it looks like it goes up the hill. Let's see if there's anything up there. Anybody want to make some marshmallows over a can of trash? Improves the flavor. Yeah, where would this take us? Off the beaten path to go get some intel. Hey, what you making, guys? Eggs? You didn't save me any. I just ruined the whole kitchen. Oh, come on. This is all the way up here in RPG ammo. In order for RPG ammo to be useful, one must have an RPG. got a vantage point. No RPG. Ooh, there's a lookout. Anything there? Not really. Ah, perfect shot of that if you had an RPG. Hey, even this game has a walking simulator. Alright. Let's go kick over the beehive. I'll hide behind this stone pillar that's about 2 inches wide. Nice shot, guys. RPG would really be helpful. Oh, it's the Y button, that's what it was. I am not standing behind that. I don't want to stand behind that. Oh man, that's a lot of guys. Goodbye. Got somebody. Alright, let's try this in non-single shot mode here. That's a little more satisfying. Well, I'd say more satisfying, but each has its purpose. Alright, we'll use the health. That's explosive. That ought to get their
This is
attention.
3. I'm taking out hard targets in the area.
Have I missed anything? I'm standing behind a cement wall. How are you shooting me? I probably can't throw this up there, but I'm going to try. And I'm running out of bullets, so that's not a good idea. Who said that? That'll work. Not a bridge control box. Oh, can I go up in this one? Crouch. Oh, here we go. Invisible collision models again. I can't. Okay, go that way. You guys are a bunch of clowns. Open space you can't get to even with crouching. Oh well. What do we have in here? Bullets. Intel. 3 out of 5. The phone list! Apparently somebody left their cell phone in a manila folder. Okay. This level can't be that much longer. Bruh, that does not look like a healthy sleeping position. Alright. Anything else of interest going on around here? Not that way. Alright, so we got some more hedgehogs on the road, a fence across the
Blockhouse made safe. Minimal resistance. Proceeding to RV. Out.
Oh, the farm. That's right. He did mention a farm, and we have not yet found the farm. So that ought to tell us we still got to head to the farm. Okay, nothing else over here. Fence, and then 2 paths this way. Oh, even that change in music. Yeah, we went left before. We'll go right this time. Likely both lead us to the same destination. Okay, there's one left anyway. Somebody didn't replace their divot. Interesting. This can't be good. Oh, he's the health. He's the health. Yeah, that tickles.
3-4, bring it in.
I know a way to verify, but hey, we'll do that anyway. Either he was screaming Yahoo or ouch. Yeah, I don't want to stay next to that. Heading into the tunnels. Good, health packs. Especially when I carelessly use the ones on hand. Anything else I've missed? Ah, one directional trench. Once you're in, you don't leave. Excuse me, do you know how to get to the farm? I did not want to stand next to that either. I didn't think I even think about the farm as like one of the Bourne movies. Oh look, another one directional drop. Here we go. Not smart, bro. Shoot first, run later. You're getting up, and you get armor. I'll fix that.
Area clear, moving in.
Perforated. Ah, we're still not at the farm.
Two 1, this is 3. Message over.
Peekaboo. Ghosted. That was a little more satisfying than I thought. Alright, anything up here in the hill? That was forgiving. Okay, so which way are we going now? Those guys are standing here. Is there a farm in the distance? Can't say. Maybe. Or are we going through a cemetery? These guys. There, hold that. Oh, grenades. Ooh, what's that? Shiny object. Armor. Sniper movement report. How about you just give me a sniper rifle instead? I'll solve everything. Oh, RPG. Wait. Oh. That was an RPG there for a second.
Any call sign on this net. This is Bravo 3. Do you copy? Farmhouse, now. I say again, farmhouse now, RV is empty. What is your situation?
This is 2-1. You are to sweep and clear the area for intel. We'll contact you in figures 2-0. Out.
Alright. Do I look like a delivery boy? Poisoning Los Angeles. I don't think that requires military action. They've probably been doing that for a while. It's laced with Kool-Aid. Alright. Alright, so let's go all the way around here. Sooner or later, we're gonna find something the game thinks is disagreeable. Oh, those guys. Grenades. Alright, what's in this building? More grenades. Explosives. Totally would put intel up here somewhere. Especially with a hidden staircase. See? What we got?
3, this is 2-1. I have eyes on. Stand 2. Enemy advancing on your location.
You know, I should have gone for the small building first.
Request covering fire! We got more hostiles coming in.
Oh, that was a
Negative
truck.
3. Cannot compromise our position. 2-1 out.
Yeah, I saw ya. I'm checking the building first. What's that? 4 out of 5. WMD Council? Interesting. Oh, that was... Don't run. There, you can have that. My friend here can... Shot. Oh, armor guys. Nothing, a couple extra rounds to fix.
This is 2-1. We have eyes on hostiles and surrounding buildings. Clear the area. We will support from our location. Over. Contact. Targets ×7. Correction, ×10. Sweep and clear the area. Move now. Move now.
There's one. 9 more. 9 more. Stop that. Ugh. Two of 5. Alright, don't make me go upstairs after these guys. Upstairs. Go on the main one again here. It's explosive. Oh my. Alright, right in here. Go upstairs. Again. Let's grab a health pack. Oh, intel right there. Cool, 5 out of 5. Alright, let's go check upstairs in this one. There he is. Still dead? Oh, he's not dead yet. There you are.
Bravo 3, this is 2-1. Hold your position. We are inbound to rally on your location. Stand by.
Alright, well, at least that action picked up a little bit. First level was so short. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. 1 out of 1. Oh, armament. So if I had to guess, I'd say the armament was, you know, maybe there was an RPG hidden or something. Got all the enemies. I don't know how you'd finish without having the enemies if the game is scripted to tell you one way or the other. It's a little better. Okay, so I'll let the new ones start up here in a second, but I think I'm only gonna make it through those first two tonight, because if that was 45 minutes, there's no way I'm making it through another one. So we'll at least get the cutscene drop and see what happens. It's got some cool in-between music here. Yes, we'll stick with normal.
How did you know McCarver had information on the American?
I'm not sure I follow.
Keller started grilling me on 7th Wave. I told him what I knew.
And what was that?
Rumors mostly. There was talk of an American running training camps in Afghanistan, freelance guerrilla group in the Philippines with an American advisor. You know, stories like that.
And you believed them?
Not at first. But then the blanks started filling in.
What blanks?
Operation Cleopatra. The first time I heard the name William Lennox was when I was posted in Langley. Lennox was a wet work specialist. S4 assassin. Cleopatra was meant to prevent the terrorist bombing in the center of Cairo. It was a disaster. The bomb exploded, killed a lot of people, including Lennox. At least that's what Division thought. 3 months later, he turned up in Moscow. 2 weeks after in Seoul. Then Belgrade, Belfast, London. Always one step ahead.
And you think Lennox is connected to 7th Wave?
Connected? He started the whole thing.
McCarver was brought in yesterday. So how did you know she had info on the American?
Sergeant Solomon was in her unit. He tipped me off. Coincidence, that's all.
I don't believe in coincidence. What was your brief on the next stop?
McCarver wanted an access of advance from the east. Plan was to cross the cemetery on the edge of Nazran and then hit the steel plant on the far side. We were less than a click away when we got hit.
Interesting, they make it a much bigger picture issue, but it's still just dealing with traversing the terrain without much of a connection to it. So, at least we know what we'll start off. Alright, so that one's 3 out of 12 objectives, kind of like last time.
Check it out. I thought places like this only existed in movies.
Movies, she says.
Yeah.
Alright. I do vaguely recall her from a dialogue standpoint, but again, don't remember any of the story. So. Okay, that's going to do it for tonight. So thanks for those of you who checking out on stream or on the replay. I want to say thanks to Cosmic Richie for stopping by, saying hi over on Pilled. Much appreciated. See if there's anything else going across the hyper stream. Probably not too much. Yeah. We'll be a little under a couple hours tonight. I also got a late start. I know that probably didn't help matters. So, okay. That'll do it for now. So yeah, don't forget, Sunday, we're going to be firing up Mercenaries 2, World in Flames on the Xbox 360. And then also I'll probably have our new Threadjacks piece maybe ready by Sunday too. So, not much else going on otherwise. But have a fantastic weekend, and if possible, we'll see you Sunday.